Hey, good morning. How y'all doing? It is Well Red Beard. It is a damn fine day to talk about a book. And today we're here for Beard Book Talk, where I show you what I read, what I got, what I'm going to read. I've been thinking a lot about where this is all going. What am I doing here? Again, I've always kind of treated this as like a reading journal. And for whatever reason, I read something, my mind tells me I've got to come and talk about it. That is how I put a book to bed, so to speak. But coming off of vacation, um, kind of thought about pulling back. I mean, I've thought about just doing shorts for reviews and maybe coming here once a week and doing this type of wrap up video. I don't know. But the point is that I kind of not burning out, but I kind of thought about pulling back, and then I read Never Flinch by Stephen King, and then I read a couple graphic novels, and so I'm sitting here with like three books, four books on my desk that I want to talk about, and I'm like, well, I, I gotta talk about them. So I don't know, but anyway, the point is that this is a wrap up, a beard book talk or whatever. So stuff I've gotten through since the last time we talked, which I think was a week ago. Um, I can't remember if I'd finished this last time. I might have, but I did the Clan of the Cave Bear. This is a reread for me. I loved this book back then. I still really, really like this book now. I did it again because I'm wanting to do the entire series. And yeah, so started back at the top, and I really enjoyed this book. So like I said, I read Never Flinch by Stephen King. This is a Holly Gibney story. I liked it. I gave it probably 3.5 stars. I didn't like it as much as Holly. I liked the two old people from Holly. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't read it, but it was a creepy ass premise for me. Like I really dug that. But what I found with these Holly Gibney stories is there's, I mean, she's a private eye, right? She's a private detective or whatever. There's a lot of real life, like just crazy serial killer, murder type people, but we also kind of cross lines into the paranormal alien type, like outsider, like the outsider stuff. And I think that I like the real life stuff a little bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really love the fact that Stephen King is spending more time on, I guess, what you would call, not horror books. I mean, this isn't new news. This has been going on forever. And if he was gonna, I don't know, if he's gonna continue on with a particular character, I don't know that Holly Gibney would be my choice. But I would say she has grown on me. But yeah, I enjoyed this 3.5 stars. I'm gonna be reviewing it. I don't want to talk too much about it here, but it's always nice to. I mean, I just can't beat the feeling of having a new Stephen King book in my hands. And this one, it had been out for a while, but I didn't pick it up because I knew I was going to be getting it for Father's Day. So by the time I got it in my hands, there'd been quite a bit of anticipation built up on my end. So, again, kind of in the middle of some things, coming off of vacation where I kind of threw my self growth stuff out the window, kind of held off on Pulitzer stuff. While I was down there, I read a couple just pulpy horror Jack Ketchum paperbacks. So trying to find my footing again. But after reading Never Flinch, I had a stack of graphic novels. I got a bunch of shit sitting right here in the floor, no room on the shelf. So I've got shelves here in the closet that is all like overflow TBR type stuff, but whatever. I've got a bunch right here. And so I had a stack of graphic novels, stuff I'd picked up for cheap at half price books, like $2, $3 a piece. So probably not the best graphic novels in the world, but they were sitting there, and I picked one up, and I finished it, and then I picked up another one, and I finished it, and so on and so forth. And no, I'm not just trying to pad my Goodreads numbers, but I do occasionally like to pick something up that's super quick. So I read Shortcomings by Adrian Tomine. It is a graphic novel about Asian Americans. There's a lot of stereotypes in here. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's written from the Asian American point of view, But it does kind of delve into like the Asian American man that you know is with a woman, an Asian American woman, but all he cares about is looking at white girls and stuff like that, and it also gets into I guess the stereotype of what might be considered a shortcoming for for a man. Anyway, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but the thing is I shouldn't have enjoyed this. You don't like the dude. I mean, he's not a very likable character, very negative person. But for some reason, like the pages kept turning, and I wound up digging it. I mean, I gave it 3 stars. So this is Shortcomings by Adrian Tomine. I don't know. And then I did The Shadow Out of Time. This is a Lovecraft adaptation. I'm not normally a Lovecraft fan. I don't really love cosmic horror. Don't really love these big Dagon and Cthulhu, however you say it, monsters. But this one was really cool. I mean, I really enjoyed this story. It's probably my favorite Lovecraft story that I've ever read, even though I've only read an adaptation of it. I don't think I read this one back in the day, but I mean, it's about a college professor that basically like has a mental breakdown, passes out in front of his class, and wakes up like 5 years later and realizes he has not been in a coma. This is something that this ancient race has been doing throughout time, hijacking the minds and abducting the minds of different races, like smartest people, and then just basically siphoning off the knowledge and storing it in these vast like underground libraries or something. I don't know. It was a really really cool story. I actually dug the hell out of this one. This is The Shadow Out of Time. So it was high 3 stars. Like I gave it 4, but high 3. And then I read one here called The Big Country. So this is crime. So I got a little bit of Asian American stuff, got a little bit of Lovecraft horror, got a little bit of a crime novel or a crime graphic novel. I didn't love this one. I gave it 2 stars. It was kind of disjointed and whatnot, but it's basically about a man kills his wife and her new boyfriend, and of course leaves the daughter alive. But the local sheriff gets it in his head that the boyfriend was molesting the child, so the man was somewhat justified in killing the boyfriend and even the wife because she was allowing it to go on. But the story twists up on itself, and that's not really what was going on. But yeah, it fell a little flat for me. I gave this one 2 stars. This is The Big Country, and it's by Quentin Peoples. So that's the stuff that I've read. I'm pretty deep into The Valley of the Horses, which is book 2 in the Clan of the Cave Bear, the Earth's Children series. I like this one a lot less. I don't hate it. But the storyline splits from, book 1 is basically Ayla, our main character, Daryl Hannah from the film. I also watched the film, kind of enjoyed that. But and she's with this group of Neanderthals, right? Like she's a human, or somewhere it mentioned she's actually Cro-Magnon, which I guess is what we descend from, like the race of humanoid creatures that actually has survived till now until we completely fuck the world up. But you know what I'm saying. But in this one we're positioning her. She's left. She's been like banished from the clan again. She's out on her own. She learns to ride horses, which I guess no one has done at this point, and she's also got another cave lion that she's nursed back to health and is kind of raising. But we're positioning her to meet a man, another human, another other. They're referred to the others by the Neanderthal clan, but her clan was completely non-vocal. So I'm going into this way too much, but anyway. I'm enjoying it, but not nearly as much as Clan of the Cave Bear. But I think it's setting it up for possible future enjoyment. That makes sense. Anyway, this is The Valley of Horses, and I'm getting pretty close. I got a few, maybe 100, 150 pages left or so on that. And Ah, I picked up Shock Induction by Chuck Palahniuk. It's Palahniuk because I've actually looked this up, but I can't convince myself to say it correctly. I always call him Palahniuk, Chuck Palahniuk, but it's actually Palahniuk because I read somewhere it's like Palahniuk. I don't know. Anyway, been reading this one. It's weird. It's out there. I'm over halfway. I'm going to finish it. I mean, to be honest with you, this is a big, huge um, what's generalization about Palahniuk. Because I'm looking at his books on my shelf right now, and I've read probably 12 or so of his books. And I like some of them. I can't remember which ones. I mean, I liked Haunted. I liked I I think I liked Choke and Rant maybe. But when it comes down to it, the generalization is that I loved Fight Club, and he hasn't been able to strike that chord for me again since. And that's probably not fair. But this one's weird. It's really out there. And I don't know that it's going to come together for me, but I am reading it, and I'm getting close to the end of it. So that's the stuff I'm working on. Again, I have not gotten back into any self growth stuff, and I'm probably going to take a break from that. Stuff that I am going to be reading soon. So after I finish Palahniuk, yeah, uh, I am going to try to get back into my Pulitzer reads. Got the Goldfinch here. It's kind of a weighty, thick book. It doesn't look thick, but it feels heavy. Pages must be thin. Anyway, got that. I'll be reading that soon. And then I really want to read this Rekulak book, the last one at the wedding. I've loved his first two books, which were, uh, where's he at on the shelf? I'm looking now. Why can't I find Rekulak? Hidden Pictures, and I can't read the title of the other one, The Impossible Fortress. I really like both those books, especially Hidden Pictures, though. And then, of course, like I said, I'm doing this, doing the uh, Earth's Children stuff. So I don't think I'm going to go directly into it, but the next one on that is the Mammoth Hunters. And then I've got a couple other. So one of my audio platforms, like I said, I get 3 credits a month, and I just went out and downloaded them because it's weird, and you'll lose them. Like if you don't use them, you'll literally lose them. And even though it's only July 8th, I was like, I need to go ahead and identify the 3 I want to do, and get the credits and go ahead and get them. So I got the Mammoth Hunters, like I said. So I'll be doing that in audio, but probably taking a break and doing either Getaway by Zolja Stage. Just did Wonderland. Didn't love that one, but this one sounds pretty good. The premise of it sounds pretty good. And I'm going to do a book that I've wanted to read forever, A Simple Plan by Scott Smith. I hear it's a wonderful, wonderful crime novel. I absolutely loved The Ruins. The Ruins is probably top 10 for me in horror. Like, I really loved that book. So, looking forward to getting into this one. So, those are the ones I've identified. I don't, it's just kind of at this place where I'm just like picking up whatever I want as long as I keep reading. And that's, I mean, because I'm really, really enjoying the reading, but I'm like, I'd kind of put too many rules on myself for a while there with the self growth and with the Pulitzers and whatnot. So just kind of letting myself grab on a whim for now. And yeah, it's been enjoyable. So, that's it. This has been Wild Red Beard. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you're enjoying all your books as much as I am. If not, you're reading the wrong damn books.